Have you ever wondered long-term the success or failure of a trade you may have made? I have. So I came up with a new feature of this spreadsheet, which I will make available to whoever retweets me letting me know you want it. This is not really ready for release yet, but perhaps in the next day or two, I could send it out to whoever would like it. But do know, there is a little bit of a learning curve with this next feature. I will go over it a little bit now and show you how it works. This is called the Toy Story. I've mentioned before, all of these coins, I just call them my toys. So I want to know what happens to my toys, so I want to know what the Toy Story is. So I have a tab down here called the Toy Story. And what this basically means is, this is not a line item. This is just an accumulation. So over the past several months, I have sold XRP. In fact, I've sold 125,189. The current value of that sell is $144,305. With this money, I had a buy. I bought BTR, and I bought 512,562, and I have a value. That value is 147,913, and that's right after this pretty big, just dropped 2,000 the prior hour in total value, and 4,000 in the last 20 minutes. While XRP went up, so those numbers were affected. But even so, if you just compare the value of what BTR now is and what XRP would be, even that alone, there's a $3,500 profit on that. I have seen this go as high as 50, 60,000 when XRP goes down a little bit and then BTR goes up on its run. But just the flat out trade right now, it's a good trade. I've also done XDC. I've traded almost 125,000, almost $15,000 in value. I picked up, excuse me, I picked up 49,151 XRP with a value of $14,184. So this is actually about $600 behind. The bulk of this transaction just happened today, so I can have the, what do you say, Posey coin. So I voted on that with these. And then I also made a trade sometime over the last couple months, 30,261 XLM for $54,235. And there is like a profit on this of about $5,000 straight up, not even counting the voting. This figure here counts the voting. So the coins I traded and gained BTR, I then put them into the vote. So far, and this number particularly is going to grow quite a lot over the next 5 or 6 days. I have from this change, I have gained an additional $3,311 for a total unrealized profit of trading these two coins and putting them into BTR of almost $7,000. And the same things here, minus 532. I have very little earnings here because I have very little coins BTR from my XDC that I have actually used for votes. That is changing with this vote. But as you know, this vote has not yet had a payday yet. This is not going to happen for another, I don't know, 24 hours or whatever. XLM, and here's the result for XLM. Total earnings plus the profit alone just on the coin trade itself brings you here. In fact, I should probably do this. Let's do a quick little sum. I'll just go, there for now. So all of my trades so far has netted between the difference between the value here and the coin trades, the revenue, unrealized revenue that came in from that, has netted a profit, unrealized profit on that alone of $11,821. So far this has been really good. So I don't have to wonder. I know these have been successful so far. How can this change? Well, it could change very easily. I traded XRP for BTR. BTR goes down. XRP goes way up. Like, you know, let's just say this hits the 384 and Bitrue stays the same. That all of a sudden is not a very good trade, right? But let's go back to the original. Now, here's the part. If you want a copy of this, here's what you're going to need to understand. I hide most of it back here because I don't need to see any of this. I only need to see the active vote because I only care about the total. In fact, I should probably do a total right here as well, right? So $3,802 alone just on the voting. So again, I only need to see what's going to be active, and this is going to be active soon. But I do have entries for every one of these votes that I've sold coins for and then used on BTR. I need to click on the Z over to N, right click, unhide, and here's where the data lies. So from the coins I traded in this first column, let's go ahead and I have blank ones here, so this would be the next vote, the next vote, the next vote, next vote, next vote, and I have a lot more I can do, but I just defaulted to that view. But I'm going to hide these right now because I'm not adding a new one right this second. So let's get a better look at this screen. So of the coins I traded for XRP for BTR, I've earned, for the legacy vote, I've earned $331. I didn't have any XDC trade at that point, and $106 for XLM. And you can see it go across for each particular coin. You can see EQ, that's only been 1 day so far. So times that by 7, although I think the price has dropped about 40%. So maybe, you know, maybe when this is over, it's going to be $5,000 in additional revenue that will go into this pile here. To figure this out, I have a formula, right? And the way I do it, if I need to add another coin, it's going to get really tricky here. I'm going to copy this formula. Let's just say we do it here. I'm going to paste it. I'm just going to paste it here so it's visualized a little bit better. Now that has the same figures because this is based on legacy. So there's a couple figures I need to change here. One is, right here, is how many of the BTR did I use on this vote that I acquired through this particular trade, right? Let's just say, now it's not going to be all of them. This says 512,000 I earned from this, right? But I only used like 59,000 BTR on this vote. So if I determine it's 59,000, I need to manually put 59,000 in there. But that's still not correct, right? Because I have a worksheet that says HR, and then it's cell AR105 or K105. All we need to worry about is the 105, really. And the way we find that, we're going to go to the worksheet that says HR. And we're going to go to 105. It says 105 because this is the legacy line item. The Posey line item is 115. So I need to go back to the Toy Story, and I need to change this to 150. Get rid of the 115 and make it one. Let me try English one more time. Let's get rid of 105 and change it to 115. This isn't accurate, of course, because we haven't earned anything yet. But I have a bit of an estimate there. So that's how I figure out the revenue for each one. And this isn't going to be accurate until we actually start earning. But that's the process for each one. So this says line 114. If I go back to the HR, which stands for home run, well, it's line 114. And then once this is all done, once I have this set up, and it's manual to set up, but once it's set up, you don't need to touch it again, which is why I hide them. So, but once you're done setting it up, I'm not going to hide that yet because that's still active. I highlight what I don't want to see anymore, and then I can just click hide. And now it's a little bit more easy to view what's going on here. So anyway, if you want this, let me know. Quote retweet. Still not easy words for me to say. Tweet. I can't believe we talk about tweets. But retweet. Let me know if you want this before it's a little more polished up. But with that being said, it's not going to be that much more polished up. It's going to be a manual process for many of these things. And I obviously can't support 1 million people on this, right? Although I would love to. But I will make some how-to videos on this. Maybe just how, one video at a time, how the time machine works, how the Toy Story works, how the estimator works. Because that's also in here as well. Here's the estimator. So I put in the value of how many coins. And it automatically spits out the number. Then I just highlight, screenshot it, and I send it to whoever asks. Here's the coins I've used. I've got a little shortcut. If I just want to go back to what I do, I just click on that and it fills it out. Same thing with here. Although once this is paid off, there's no need for an estimator anymore, right? But I'll still keep them because it'll be good to look back on this. Hope that makes sense. Let me know. Goodbye.